What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for some more content for you guys today. And what we are going to be doing is we're going to be doing a keep or sell. Going to be going through every single player in the current Tottenham squad. Me and Brian Daigle are going to be giving our own take on the keep or sell stamp. And it could get quite interesting, this one. There's not going to be any fence sitting, so no loans, nothing like that. So it's literally just keep or sell. And we'll see how we go. We have already done this earlier on in the season, but now Ange is in. We haven't done it since Ange is in, so I think it could be a bit different with the kind of football that Ange Postecoglou wants to play. So, you ready for this, Brian?
Yep, here we go.
Here we go. All right, and let's start off with the first player, and that is going to be Hugo Lloris. And I think this one's a pretty easy one, to be fair.
Yep. Thank you very much for this unbelievable service. Thank you for some of the greatest saves I've ever seen live at a football match. But time's up. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the memories. It's time to go. I'm going sell.
Sell.
Brian's going sell as well. Next up is Ollie Skip. And this is going to be a very difficult one for me because I love Ollie Skip. I really do. Come through the ranks. But I just feel at the age he's at, I just feel like there's better options out there, like a Romeo Lavia, like players of that ilk. And I said no fence sitting and no selling, but I know loaning. I kind of want to sit on the fence on this one because I do believe in his qualities, but I just feel there's better out there from what he's shown in the Spurs shirt, especially at the back end of last season. There was a couple of games in last season where he looked good, but I think I'm going to go sell.
Okay. So I'm kind of with you in the fact that, again, this is where you're saying where you're sitting on the fence. This comes down to the sentimentality we're talking about. Oh, he's homegrown. Oh, it's this, it's that. I am going to give him one more year.
Okay.
I am going to give him one more year. But if it's not a year of big progression, then time's up, sell. But right now, keep.
So you're giving it the big fat keep.
Yep.
Next up is Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I'll let you take this one first.
This has been a high topic we've been discussing a lot. I am a fan of his, but I'm thinking we've got to look at this.
By the way, this is not like what we think is going to happen. This is what we want to happen.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this right now, thinking, right, who can we get out for value to give more money to Ange to do what he wants? And we've all seen when we've spoken about people we think we're going to flourish. When you talk about people that you think time might be up, as in not suiting the style of play and everything. He is one of them, and I spoke about sentimentality just now about Skip and giving him one more year. It's at the sacrifice of Højbjerg, so I'm going to sell.
Sell. I think I'm so conflicted on this one, to be honest. I really am, because I feel like he does have quality. I think he's a good Premier League midfielder. But like you say, out of the midfielders that we've got that we could potentially sell, he's the one that could probably get the most money of the ones that we want to sell. But it does leave a massive leadership void within our squad. So I'm very conflicted on this. I'm going to go...
You're so wishing we had loan now, aren't you?
No, I wouldn't want to loan Højbjerg. I would have loaned Skip, but I just don't know with Højbjerg. I'm so conflicted with whether I want to keep him or sell him. Because I said sell to Skip, I'm going to say keep to Højbjerg. Just for the leadership as well.
We've gone the other way around.
Yeah, I'm going to say keep to Højbjerg. Even though I've said so many times in the past that I want to sell him. But if we do sell him, I'm not going to be mad at that because I think we can get better quality.
I think the other reason with Skip as well is homegrown. Yeah. It does still matter in the Premier League, and we do have to bring that number down. It's been an issue. So, yeah, but there we go.
All right, so I've gone keep Højbjerg and Brian's gone sell. Next up is Davinson Sanchez, and I'm just not even going to give an explanation for this one. A big fat sell.
Do you know what? It is a big fat sell for me. But do you know the one thing? Someone said it to me a couple of days ago, a friend of mine, Johnny. The one thing I can see with Sanchez, and it is only the one thing, is if we play this high line, he's the only one with pace. He is the only recognised defender with pace that could drop back and cover it. But we all know he'd probably start chasing it and fall over himself.
Start chasing his own shadow and trip up over his own shadow.
If I had to give if I was trying to do a sales pitch for why to keep Sanchez, he would be the only one with pace. But I agree. Sell.
All right, next up, Heung-min Son. We've heard all the links linking him to Saudi Arabia. He's come out and said he wants to stay at Tottenham. But do we want him to stay at Tottenham?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Unless it's 100 million like we've discussed. But I can't see that happening for him. So I think it's got to be a keep.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I'm obviously going to go keep as well. Love Sonny. I love what he brings to us. And that is going to be a big fat keep for Heung-min Son. Next up is Richarlison. I'll go first on this one. And I'm just going to say keep. I think that he's had a poor season. We signed him for 60 million. I do believe that there's a player in there. And I think with Ange's system could suit him a lot more than it did in the previous system. So I'm going to go keep for Richarlison.
Yeah, I'm going keep as well. You look at it, his season can't be as worse as his first season. I think he will get more game time with Ange. I think his style of play is more suited for Ange. And even if we were contemplating selling him, we're not getting close to the 60 million we paid for him. So keep.
Next up is Harry Kane. 1 year left in his contract. Doesn't look like he will sign it, albeit some journalists saying that Spurs are still confident that he will sign the contract. So what are you doing with Harry Kane?
Keep.
Even with running down contract?
I never want him to leave. I never want him to leave this football club. Do I think there's a chance he will? I've said openly that I think yes, but I'm coming more to as time goes by, that I'm thinking that he will stay. And we're saying this is what we want. And boy, do I want him to stay. Yeah,
completely agree. I mean, obviously I want him to stay. He's one of, if not the best, number 9 in world football right now. But the situation, you can't get away from the situation right now where he's running down his contract. It's looking increasingly likely he's going to leave for free next summer. So if you would ask me, would I prefer to get money for him now or let him go for free next summer? I'm going to say let him go now for money.
That's I agree with. But what we're saying is this is the hardest. It should be the easiest one, but it's the hardest one.
Yeah.
Again, like we said with Sunday, if that number is hit, that Daniel Levy or anyone at the club have set, if that number is hit, then he goes.
Yeah, the only reason I'm saying sell is because we could literally be waving goodbye to our best player ever, one of anyway, for nothing, for absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Just waving him out the door to let him go to another Premier League rival. And if he is going to go to a Premier League rival for free, let's take all the money that we can get for him.
Well, this is the other thing people should remember as well. And again, I will say something about Levy here. Is in 2001 when what happened with Sol Campbell, Daniel Levy is on record saying this will never, ever, ever happen to a player again whilst I am here. So we're running a tight. It's a fine line here.
As much as it pains me to say it, because I genuinely believe he's not going to sign that contract, I'm going to go sell.
Oh wow, I'm staying. See, I'm the one that thought he was going to go, and I'm saying keep. And you're the one that thinks he was going to stay, and you're saying sell.
Yeah, but this is the only reason I'm saying it is because I think he's going to run down his contract and leave for free. Obviously, I want Harry Kane to stay at this football club. It's obvious. Yeah. I mean, who in their crazy mind would want Harry Kane to leave, right? But because of everything surrounding his situation, I think the most clever option is to sell him right now.
Yeah. I'm still saying keep,
but
I agree with that sentiment.
Next up is Emerson Royale. I'm going to go keep for Emerson. I think he could do actually really well in the inverted fullback system that Ange likes to play. If we have like Destiny on one side and Emerson on the other side, him coming into the midfield like he has done under Conte a bit this season with Destiny bombing on, I think that could be really good.
I am going to say Nick, Barry, Sean, Phil, Grant will be delighted. I'm going for keep as well. We were here together, me and Nick, when we did the Fulham game, when Harry Kane equalled the record.
Yeah.
And he was superb in that game. And that seemed to start a month or two where the Emerson that we knew just vanished, and we saw what he could do in this kind of makeshift position that we made for him. Defensively, he's always been solid. It was offensively and attacking wise where there were cause for concern. There is still cause for concern. But I reckon when we look at it, the blend he could have with either Porro or Spencer's competition, you got Spence who could be the attacking one, you got Royale who could be the defensive one, and I think we have other areas that are more important and pressing to solve than right wing back or right back. So I'm going Emerson keep.
All right. Next up is Ivan Perisic. Where are you putting him?
Reguilon and Adoji there. I mean, he's on big wages and he's on 180 or something like that. As a attacking wise, he blossomed to begin with, and then he just couldn't keep up with the sell. Sell.
I'm going sell as well. I think he flattered to deceive a bit this season for Spurs. Got big outputs in his assists, but mainly because of his the way he does his set pieces. Looks like we will be getting someone in this window that can, contribute from set pieces, a la James Maddison, or whether it be someone else. I just don't think he's good enough, especially in an Ange system. So it's got to be sell for me.
Yep.
Eric Dyer up next. Sell, sell, sell.
And sell some more.
Cuti Romero.
It's going to be keep. It's going to be keep.
It's got to be.
But we need to get a first choice guaranteed centre back next to him. He's been very, very rash at the tail end. Well, he's always got the there's that rush moment, any moment within him. We need to find someone to be the yin to his yang. Someone that he can rely upon, so he doesn't need to be so... a
bit like when Vertonghen needed that.
Yeah, or when King had or Dawson had King, or anyone had King. There was that calming influence. There was that recognised, established player. We've got to keep him, but I was not impressed with him second half of the season at all.
Agreed. So we're both going keep on Cuti Romero. Next up, Ryan Sessegnon. I think we know where we're going to put him, right?
In some milk, because Ryan Weetabix can go. Sell.
Yeah, sell for Sessegnon. Fraser Forster, what are you thinking about Big Fraser?
Well, I spoke about this a lot even before Lloris was dropped, that I wanted him to be number one after Lloris making the rickets and the howlers that he was doing. And I think for a backup, he's shown he can do the job. And I think he's got another year in him. But it's imperative that we get another goalkeeper in. Yeah. But I'd rather him as backup than Lloris as backup, because Lloris won't be a backup.
Yeah, I'm going for keep as well. I think he's more than good enough to be a backup. He stepped in admirably well this season. Probably been our signing of the season, actually, when you think about it. So yeah, I'll be more than happy with going in with him with backup for the remainder for next season. Dejan Kulusevski we just signed, so I mean we can breeze past that one. Pedro Porro.
Same. I think what I'm looking forward to seeing with him is I want to see more competition for Kulu than I do competition for right back. I think what we saw in the latter part of the season when he did play more advanced, you could see the right winger that he was bursting to come out, as opposed to getting to grips with the pace of the English league and the strength of the English league. He's a definite keep, but it's more where do we play him, and I'd like to see him more advanced.
I wouldn't disagree, and I actually think he's more suited to a right wing role under Ange than maybe Kulusevski is. And I think I might like to see Kulusevski maybe tucked inside a little bit in a number 10 role, and Pedro Porro really tugging that touchline and getting good balls into the box.
It's good options, isn't it? It's good options.
So I'm going Pedro Porro keep. Next up is big Japhet Tanganga. Been at Spurs for a while now, hasn't really kicked on, so unfortunately I'm going to go sell. Yeah,
I really wanted this one to work out. I really... When he burst into the scene when Jose played him against Liverpool and then FA Cup against Middlesbrough, it looked like we'd unearthed another gem. But injuries and whatever it may be hasn't worked out, so got to sell.
Pape Matar. Pape Matar.
Definite.
I think that gives you the answer.
Yeah, definite keep, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm going keep as well. I really believe in his talents. I think he's got a bigger ceiling than Ollie Skip as well. Yep. It's just a shame we didn't see him on the pitch more than we did maybe after that Milan performance. But I think he can come on leaps and bounds under Ange Postecoglou, and I think he'll suit his system really well. So keep. Rodrigo Bentancur.
Without a shot.
It's got to go keep.
It's got to go keep. We just hope that he comes back and can replicate pretty sharpish the form that we were seeing, because it was a wonderful... For me, up until that point, he was player of the season.
Ben Davis.
This one is so hard for me. And the only reason it's hard for me is because we've got those options of left back if need and left full back. And he is one of those that gives 6 or 7s out of 10s. Heart on sleeve, I think time's up, sell.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I think he's been here for too long. I don't know where he fits in under Ange Postecoglou, because he's not a left back anymore. Can't play in a back 4 or a back 2. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to go sell for Ben Davis. Yves Bissouma.
So keep. When we talk about players that we think is going to blossom, I think he's at the top of the tree.
Yeah, completely agree. Yves Bissouma's 100% a keep for me. I really believe in his talents. We saw it creeping through at the back end of last season when he come back from injury. But I think under Ange, I think he's going to take it up a notch next season.
Yeah, I mean, we also saw it. I mean, I would always remember that game where people remember the Leicester at home game for where Son, or the Everton game where Son did things. But Bissouma came on off the bench and just ran that midfield. So I think big things for Bissouma this season.
All right, let's go on to the loan players, and let's start off with Sergio Reguilon. You kind of mentioned it before because you said you want to see, was it Destiny and Reggie as our two left backs?
Yeah, I think I said when we had a back five, I think Sessegnon was better equipped to be a better wing back than Reguilon, but obviously injuries. But when it comes to left back, Reguilon is by far superior than Sessegnon. So yeah, one more year keep.
Yeah, it's difficult because, like, if we do keep him and he has a carbon copy of his injuries from last season, then we're literally so light at left back.
True.
So I'm a bit conflicted on this one. I would like to give him a year to see if he could do it. Maybe give him till January, something like that. So I'll say keep for now, but the jury's definitely out on that one. Harry Winks.
Thank you for trying to be the player that you were. Listen, I will say one thing. Before he got his horrific injury against Burnley in his first season, he was terrific. He was brilliant, and he showed glimpses of things. But time's moved on, and it's just I feel sorry for him. I no hard feelings towards him. It's just not good enough. Bye bye.
Sell him all, mate. Sell him all. Brian Hill next. I'm gonna go keep on this one.
I am going keep as well, but I want to see him on loan at an English championship, a high challenging championship, or as a Premiership team, because I want him to get English minutes. I think he needs to stock up. I can't see him starting regularly for Ange, and I don't want him going back to Spain where he's comfortable and can do things. I think he could be one for the future, and he needs minutes in England.
I believe actually he can have a really good role under Ange. I think he's a player that Ange would really like, energetic, good presser. Has quality about him as well. We saw him starting to have good performances for us before he went out on loan as well. So maybe he can cut it in the Premier League with the physique that he does have. I agree he does need to bulk up, but I think that bit is a bit overstated maybe by Spurs fans, even myself. So I actually think Brian Hill can come on as another one that can come on leaps and bounds under Ange Postecoglou. So I'm going to go keeping in the first team.
Okay.
Not like starting 11, but in and around the first
obviously
team.
We can't have loan, so I will go keep, but...
Next up is Giovanni Lo Celso, another injury-plagued season for him. For me, he goes straight into sell.
This is the one for me.
It seems like they're all the one for you.
No. I'm saying when it comes between him and Dembele, we're discussing it. And the thing is, I remember in the season that COVID came, and when Harry Kane got that injury against Southampton, Lo Celso was doing very, very well. He was taking the ball from defence and charging through the midfield. He was playing well, and then injuries came. I think you look what he does at Argentina, and look what he has done when he went on loan for. He's clearly got the talent. The problem with him at Tottenham was attitude. I would rather give him a go than Dembele. So I'm saying keep, but up until January, and if things are the same, piss off.
Yeah, I'm just going to go sell, not only for his attitude issues, but also for his injury record as well. We just can't seem to get him consistently on the pitch, and we just can't seem to... We can't keep, taking these players that just have such bad injury records. And it's not just at Spurs, the injury records. It's followed him everywhere he's gone. So Giovanni Lo Celso, sell. Next up is Joe Rodon. I mean, sell.
Okay, this is where this gets controversial. I'm actually keeping him.
Why?
The reason I want to keep him is we look at our defence right now and it's been horrific. Listen, he's not done well at Rennes or whatever, but if you look at it before Jose Mourinho left, like just on that cusp, for the last 4 or 5 games, he was our first choice centre-back and probably our better one. And you look at what Ange Postecoglou has done with people, let's say Cameron Carter-Vickers. I don't want him to be first choice centre-back, but I'm more prepared to give him a trial and a second chance with someone like Ange that we know is a coach, that coaches players better, and seeing how he does, rather than having a Dyer or a Sanchez. There's Dorrington as well to be there, so he's not done well for Wales in the last couple of games, but I think with Ange, he may be able to do something. So I'm prepared to keep Joe Rodon.
I'm not. I'm
Okay.
not. I think Joe Rodon doesn't have the required ability and quality to be in what we're fighting for or what we want to be fighting for. And I think, like, when you're looking at Joe Rodon, like, where should he be going? And I think back down to the Championship or a team that are coming up from the Championship into the Premier League. I think that's probably his level. And I think Tottenham are way above his level, in my opinion.
Well, we'll wait and see. You could be right, but I just think I would rather see him get an actual chance with a coach that will coach people and not go, oh, I am the Antonio Conte, I'm Jose, I'm the All Magnificent, and see what he can do.
All right, let's move on and let's talk about Jed Spence now. It's a difficult one with Jed. I would like to see him get another loan move, so in that sense, I'll just go keep.
Yeah, I am going keep. I am going keep. We bought this player, and he is a talent. He is a talent, and it's trying to find, is he better as a right back? Is he better as a, would he have been better as a right wing back? And as I said, you look at this, and I'm only looking at it as the way is we've got Royale to be the defensive one. He can be the attacking one, and I think there are bigger areas we need to be concerned about than right back. So I am keeping him.
All right, and we're going into the last two now. And first up is Tanguy Ndombele. Where are you going?
Tanguy bye-bye.
Ndom bye-bye. Ndom sell.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, he's got quality about him, but I just don't trust him. Don't trust him whatsoever. So I'm going absolutely sell for Tanguy Ndombele. And last but not least is Harvey White.
Oof, I didn't even think he was going to be coming up there.
22 years of age. He kind of has to be.
Oh, you go first. This is a hard one.
I'm going sell for Harvey White because he's 22 years of age, didn't have a great loan spell at Derby County at all in League One, and you know, with I think 1 year left in his contract or very close to 1 year, maybe two or whatever, I think that he doesn't have the required quality, and that's been proven.
This is a hard. Oh. Do you know what?
What happened to no sentiments?
No, it's not even about that. I think there's a player inside. I really think there's a player in him, but I just can't see his pathway. And again, if I have to choose between Alfie Devine and Harvey White, there's only one place I'm going, and that's Alfie Devine. So sell Harvey White.
All right, so there you have it. That is our keep or sell for the whole squad, including the players that are on loan that are coming back into the first team squad this summer. Let us know in the comment section below if you agree with me, if you agree with Brian. Put your keep or sells in the comment section below. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.